Hello there, welcome to Design with Kevin. Today's video is a continuation from where we left last. If you have not seen our last video, there's a link below on the description part. Let me remind you again, this is a video for beginners. If you are new on Photoshop and you really want to learn how to use Photoshop, this is a video for you, and stay tuned as we begin. After creating your first document, or after creating your document, the first thing you need to do is to save your artwork. So to save your artwork, you go to File here on the top left corner, File, find Save As. Save As. It will direct you where you want to save. For example, you can choose to save on the desktop. Let me save my file on the desktop. So to avoid confusion of different files on the desktop, I can create a folder. Let me save it as Photoshop class, PS class. So in our folder, you can save there our file. So our file we named it first. While we were creating that document, it was named first.psd. PSD means Photoshop. You press on save. So our document has been saved. Now before we could do any artwork, first of all we need to learn all these tools and how they are being used and when to use them. So before we start this tool on the left side, we'll first of all learn about all these titles on the title bar, where we have File, Edit, Image, Layer, Type, Select, Filter, 3D View, Windows, and Help. So on the starting of File, under File, if you press File, you have New, Open, and Others. So let's start with the New. New is if you want to create a new document again, you will go to File and press New. So again it brings that a new document window where you can choose now different sizes of your document. For example, if you want to choose a square document, you can press 20 by 20. Our measurement here is in centimeters, where we left last. Resolution we maintain 300, color RGB, all other things we leave them the same. And we can name our document doc1, let's say doc1, and press create. So we have created a new document and it is in squared form. Our first document was in portrait form, which was in A4 size. If you remember, it is in A4 size, but the new document I've created now is in a squared form, which is 20 by 20 centimeters. Now continue again, or if you go back again to File, you have Open. It will lead you to where you saved your file last, because Open is usually you want to open a document, or you want to open your last project, you want to open maybe an image. So that's the function of Open section. You open a document. For example, if you want to open an image, just for example this image, press that, select the image and press Open. Our image has been opened by Photoshop. If you want to close this image, there's an X on that file name. There's an X here on that file name. If you press on it, that image is closed. The same way to this document we created, if you want to close it, you can press this X and the document is closed. Now under File again we have, let's go to Open As. You have seen about Open. You open a new file, you open a new document, you open an image, or you open even a document, a PDF file, that is under Open. What about Open As? So Open As is also the same as opening, but here you can choose you want to open as which file. For example, if you select this image, the indication are here, you are opening it as a Photoshop file, or you want to open as a PNG. You have different formats of a file, so that's why it is indicated Open As. Just cancel it. Go back again to File. You'll find Open as Smart Objects. If you press Open as Smart Objects, again it will lead you to open particular files as a smart object. As a smart object, it means you're opening a file as a vector file. You select particular format you want to open that image. or that document or that smart object, something like that. But to understand that in detail we'll learn later, because even though you'll not be using a lot of it, open as a smart object, open as this indication you'll not be using so much. If you go to open recent, it show the files you have been working on it previously. So to maximum it will show 19 files, previous 19 files you have worked with, not 1920, from the last document you opened to the 20th file. So you can see these are my files I opened some time ago. They're under recent files. If you go to close, under open recent you have close. Close is a closing of a document. For example, if we go to file and we create a new document, create a new. So I've shown you about how to close this document. For example, you can close this document by pressing this X, or you can go to file and choose close. It's gone. The same way if you open another file, this one. If you go to file again, you have under close, you have close all. If you press close all the documents you opened are closed now. Again, you have to create a new document. Let me make another file size, 20 by 20. I'll create a new file. If you go back again to file, under close all, you will find you have close others. Let me open another document, to be 2 documents here. Go to file, you have close other. Now this is how you use that command of close other. We are under title and title 2. Our document is untitled 2, but we have another one called untitled 1. Let me indicate some colors here to differentiate something here. Okay, now I have gray here, and on this one, let me like blue. Now we have now a green one and a blue one. Now if you are working now on a green one and you want to close that blue without interfering with the green, and you don't want to use this access or the command of close, so you have close of other. If I press close others, the document goes to blue now. The blue now is another document, the other one, because I was working on a green one. Now my other document was the blue one, and the Photoshop is warning. This one usually comes if you have not saved your work, so it will tell you save changes to the document, to the Adobe Photoshop document entitled 1 before closing it. If you choose yes, it means you want to save it. If you choose no, it means you don't want to save it, so we'll choose no. So now that document will close it, not saving it. Now you have remained this green document. And the file again we have save. You have to save and save as. Save I've shown you before. Save. It will take you to where you want to save your document. The same to save as. The function is the same. Save where you want to save your document. And another difference between save and save as is that if you choose save as, you'll be given here a statement called save as type. So save as type, by default here we have PSD, which is a Photoshop file. So we can choose to save our design here, this green design. You can choose to save it as an image. If you want to save it as an image, we'll scroll down to find the format for image. Format for image, they are JPEG, and we have also PNG. So you can choose the two if you want to save as an image. That's the usage for save and save as. Now you have what you call export. Export is in save as, you're saving a file as an image or as a PNG or something like that. It's the same as if you are exporting. Exporting and save as comes close to each other, but the difference between save as and export is in save as you can save a file as PSD, but in exporting you cannot save a file. You cannot export as a PSD. You can only export as a PNG, as a JPEG, as a PDF, or web, or other format for web. You can export as an Illustrator. All have been indicated here. But to know more about them, it will be okay, or you'll understand further if you start to work on a particular design and you want to export them. We'll go through them for you to understand it. And export, you have generate. generate, you've been getting image assets. Now the images, if you press on this one, it will take you to online platform. For example, Adobe Stock, where you will get image assets there. Maybe you want to use, you are looking for particular image online to use on your design. Now under generate, you have share. If you press this share, you are not sharing as an image. You are sharing this. You are sharing this project. You're working on it as a Photoshop file. So you can share via email or via any other way that can be shared through online. Now we have share on Behance. Under share, you have share on Behance. Behance is a portfolio platform of Adobe. If you press share on Behance, it means you want to share your document or your artwork or your design on your Behance profile. Now under share on Behance, you have search Adobe Stock. As I have told you about generate, I've told you about generate, and I told about the image assets. So the same, if you go to search Adobe Stock, Adobe Stock is only about images that are under Adobe. So if you want any kind of an image that you want to use in your designs, you can find them in Adobe Stock, but they're not for free. Probably you need to pay them. So that's why you have this indication here, search Adobe Stock. It will take you to that website. Now place embedded and place link. This moment do not learn about it because you will not understand it. As we'll be learning Photoshop in future, you'll come through it and you'll understand more about it. But for now, it's not useful for now for you as a beginner. The same to these other indication of automate, script, but import somehow, even import, because you see under import you have video frames, but as a beginner you'll not be using this. Lastly, under it you have print and print one copy. Now this is if you already have a printer in your working area and you want to print what you have designed, so that's why you have print section here. And the last option is exit. So if you press exit, the whole Photoshop will close because it means you're closing your Photoshop. So the Photoshop will exit. That's for today. For learning about, at least for understanding everything about file, and any other thing that will not learn under file, we'll learn later. We'll learn later in the next videos. Thank you for watching again. Let's meet in the next class. Subscribe, press notification button for you to be alerted when I upload a new video.